Okay. It's the standard 6, right? Like even with the Ogopon. It's got Encore. Okay, cool. So let's just do this, and we'll see if they figure out that Ogopon Calyrex is really annoying for me. And what's the last one? Because it's usually Chien-Pao, and I don't have a Chien-Pao anymore. So it's Spell Tag, Nasty Plot. It's Booster Energy, it's Focus Sash. Go Walk and Wait for this one. Okay, reasonable. This is the lead that actually works against me. Could Terra to survive, and that's probably worth it. Because Spell Tag and Close Combat just about won't get me, right? And if it does, oh no. Oh, that will get me. Okay, they were incredibly brave and did not allow the Sucker Punch. So, good play from them, because that could have easily just been Sucker Punch and I win straight up. However, do they attack this turn? Because my Gathering Fire is still in a good position. They can still close combat, and that would KO, wouldn't it? No, it was too obvious. Okay, then yeah, this game's over. They made a good play on that first turn. Yeah, so Urshifu Calyrex is one of the leads that does do well against my Brute and Gouging Fire. And obviously there, if I Breaking Swiped and Heat Crash the Urshifu instead, then I was perfectly fine. I could just double protect and then I Heat Crash again. So I'm going to still go with that. And I'm going to have Scream Tail this time. If they've gone with the same thing... So I'm going to switch things up and I'm going to Heat Crash the Calyrex and just KO it immediately. And then that will free up the rest of my Pokemon. It will free up my Scream Tail a lot. So let's just try and snipe it, because they should Terra Normal this time. Or not. So do they attack the Gouging Fire or the Brute Bonnet? If they attack the Gouging Fire, very good. But I outspeed and I did snipe it. Okay, I think that's a worthwhile trade. So let's go with Scream Tail. And... I outspeed, and Dazzling Gleam and Heat Crash should just get it. So let's just do that. Right? Yeah, cool. That was good damage, but not good enough. Because I still had Terror available, correct? Oh, I don't even need it. That's good. Because Heat Crash KOs the Ogopon, they've used their Terror. So... what's the correct way of doing this? We'll see if I outspeed the Ogopon as well. That'll be useful to know. Let's do this. Okay, Onward and Thunderclap is fine. Do I outspeed? I do not. However, now I can disable and Spore. They do have Follow Me though. But I can still disable and Spore here. So I should be fine. Come on, get on with it. If you follow me, I'll just Encore you and follow me. That's fine. Because I Encore here, and Thunderclap doesn't really do... oh, yeah, Encore and Pollen Puff is correct, isn't it? Because they can't follow me anymore. They're about to be encored into it. Unless they spiky shield, I guess. So they could probably spiky shield, and then they do actually outspeed me now. Yeah, Encore and Spore first. Because they're forced to Thunderclap. There we go. They didn't even spiky shield, so that's good. Now they're struggling. This is asleep. This is disabled because it's the last turn of Encore. And Pollen Puff myself. And then I'll Encore the Raging Bolt back into Thunderclap, and I will get some Pollen Puff into the Ogerpon, and I should be good. Like so, that's good. A little bit of chip. Can't do anything. A little bit of chip. And that's hopefully Sucker Punch range. I should Terror my Brute Bonnet most likely. Yep. There we go. That was good. Alright, so what's to do differently here? Let's do the same thing. And force them to respect my Sucker Punch turn 1. Interesting dropping Grass move for Encore. That seems reasonable. I think that's entirely reasonable, because Ivy Cudgel is the main attack from Ogerpon. I mean, it might pair nicely with my Heatran instead of the Gouging Fire slot. Ogerpon for Halfling was one of the Pokemon I have been considering, but with Trailblaze instead. There we go, that's the annoying one. Right, so... okay. They Terror or not? I think this is still fine. Yeah, that's fine, because they get the Nasty Plot. But then I get the KO into Ogerpon, which should be worth it, right? Do I get the KO into Ogerpon? I might not. It's going to be close. Yeah, we'll see. If it survives, I think I lose. Like I've already identified Ogerpon and Calyrex as one of the bad ones. Because yeah, it survived, so now I'm going to lose. Because my Spore does not go into it. And they sweep with the Astro Barrage. How much did it do to Brute Bonnet? Yeah, too much. I don't see any way out of this. It's like I said, Ogerpon and Calyrex screws up this. And it's not normally Ogerpon. Well, it's somewhat Ogerpon in that slot, but it's not always Ogerpon in that slot. Sacrifice Koraidon. Hopefully get the Dazzling Gleam KO into the Ogerpon. Although it has to be disabled, doesn't it? And then again, Screamtail and Brute Bonnet's going to have to brute force their way through. Yep, like so. But at least I outspeed. And I can disable the Calyrex here, actually. Because if I disable the Astro Barrage, they can't hit my 2 Dark types. So I can Sucker Punch here and disable. Although they can just easily switch out the Ogerpon. That would be entirely reasonable from them. Like so. That's fair. Yep, and now there's not much to be done. Because they can Terra Normal and they can Astral Barrage. However, are we living? Because you've got to fake out the Screamtail here. We living? We're not living. Okay, cool. As I've said, Ogerpon Calyrex is... if they lead with that, I need to lead with Coridon and... Okay, that Ogerpon and whatever. So, you know, this is why I have Gouging Fire, and it is... Well, it didn't work in that last one, but I usually had Chien-Pao, and Chien-Pao helped a lot. So... Oh, they're citrus, but they are taunt. That's not good. If they are taunt, that is definitely not good. Well, let's just try Screamtail, just to start off with. Yeah, they go Incineroar Calyrex, because people seem to think that's good against me. So they should taunt me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Pollen Puff myself and Dragon Dance. There's no way they would have just let me sport them. I say this too many times. I say there's no way they would let me, and then they would have let me do the thing. Happens far too often, but, like, you have to taunt here, right? You can't fake out the Gouging Fire, because then you go to sleep. Like so, right? Cool. Glad we're in agreement. Or not, but, you know. Same thing, but they would have let me just do the thing. But I'm okay with this, because, you know, I just sweep with Gouging Fire now. That's the whole point of the Gouging Fire against this kind of team. It didn't work in the last one because they had their Ogerpon Calyrex, and that is the thing that screws me up. If they do that, I need to lead with Coridon and Gouging Fire. Ooh, it's dark. I didn't even notice. And that's gone. And there's Incineroar again, but it doesn't matter. Let's go for... just Breaking Swipe and Heat Crash, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Down to Sash. Reasonable chip. Then I will go to Screamtail and Heat Crash again. In fact, actually, I'll just KO the Incineroar because it can't protect. Might as well. Because the Urshifu's definitely in Dazzling Gleam range. Yep, and with Sucker Punch, and it might as well just KO the Incineroar. Cool. Now, you got to switch up to Ogerpon so you don't get spored and all that stuff, right? Right? That's kind of how it works, supposedly. So let's go with this instead. So I just feel like this third slide, like the fourth slide, I should say. There we go. Okay, right? I can still play the game somewhat. Fine. Because now, I get double KO. Right? That's just how this works. Because if it's Ogerpon Calyrex, I need to do this so that I just double KO and win. Like so. Double KO and win. I didn't need Terra, but it's fine. This is a double KO. Because that Oko's Ogerpon, this Oko's Calyrex, done. Right? So that's showing what needs to be done if it is Ogerpon Calyrex. But I need to catch Ogerpon Calyrex for that to be useful. Okay, cool. I should be able to take this game quite comfortably from here. So, let's go for... switch to Brute Bonnet, Heat Crash. So I don't get Thunderclapped, that's fine. Now that's Dazzling Gleam range. Wicked Blow is fine. This should be Thunderbolt. Yep, cool. Let's go Screamtail. Let's Spore and Dazzling Gleam. That's fine. That's not going to KO Screamtail. Yeah, no chance. Now you're asleep. Now there's nothing you can do. I will Rage Powder and Dazzling Gleam. You can't Sucker Punch me. And now let's just Sucker Punch and Dazzling Gleam. And yeah, so that's what's supposed to happen, right? If I catch the Ogerpon. That's what's supposed to happen. But whether that is what happens, we will see. I know a few Europeans do like... it's Alex Soto again. This is Alex Soto, because this is the same ult. This is Alex Soto. I am making that claim. It just is. He's playing Trick Room too well for it not to be Alex Soto. Can't remember how fast the Calyrex. Oh, but wait, no, it's not Hatterene anymore. It was Hatterene over the Rillaboom, wasn't it? Well, that helps me out. Yeah, cool. So I can just Spore, and there's nothing stopping the Spore this time. Because they don't have Hatterene, so I can just Spore. The Hatterene was what made this awkward. It's fine. My Brute Bonnet is going to clutch. It's a roll. It's going to clutch. Like I told you, right? Trust my counts. That makes sense. That's annoying. But this is still perfectly fine, because I can go Koraidon, and I can Breaking Swipe, and I can even just Flare Blitz if I want, but I think Breaking Swipe's better. Breaking Swipe and Magma Storm the Iron Hands. And they've used their Terror, so now their Calyrex is incredibly exposed. That's fine. Just hit this time, please. Thank you. Right, and now they can't deal with both my Heatran and my Calyrex at the same time, so let's go for... What's the optimal way of doing this? Get some chip, I guess. And they just Spiky Shielded, so I should KO the Ogerpon. They left their Calyrex exposed, but I didn't want to miss my Magma Storm. So I'm content going for this. And it's just Torkoal, so that does nothing to me. So I should be able to just Protect and Terra and Clear Smog and Glacial Lance won't get my Heatran. There's no way. I just need to connect with this Magma Storm now. I'm surprised they brought Torkoal. Like, Torkoal is not good against my team in the slightest. This should be Clear Smog. No, it was just Weather Ball, that's fine. And then just connect. Heatran, just connect. Thank you very much. And game is for sure sealed. Cool. Next one. Any reasons for anything different? I don't think so. That seems perfectly fine to me. And it's about outplaying each other. I think the Pokemon I brought is fine. The Torkoal should be replaced with something. Torkoal just, in my opinion, does not have a place here. I mean, it's reasonable against the Brute Bonnet, I guess. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, I'm inclined to Terra Fairy immediately. I think that's okay. So we're playing just a sleep game now, aren't we? Let's try and deal with the Litigant straight away. It's going to Sleep Powder. And nice, nice, I will take that. And they didn't Terra, so they are now asleep. And this is an absolutely fantastic position. Could not ask for a better position than this from turn 1. But that is why I will not use Sleep Powder. I will use Spore instead. Okay, cool. So now I will Spore here and... Terra Blast, get some chip. That was a good play, but that's huge damage. I don't think it mattered too much because they stay asleep as well, but because it would have two-shot anyway. But this is brilliant, obviously. This is... I mean, I'll KO the Ogerpon with this. Good Spiky Shield, but then... Need to get into a position where I can for sure Spore the Calyrex. If I do that, I'll be fine. No, I'll be fine anyway. What Terror are they? Terra Fire. Okay, that helps my yeah, that helps my walking weight, doesn't it? Yeah, this is fine. Rock won't get me. Heatran's too much of a beast, but that does not help. Okay. I that puts a spanner in the works quite considerably. Okay, that was a good terror though. Forced to follow me, at least. Okay, they didn't KO me. That was a good play from them, and I didn't spore the Ogre-Pon, so that is not good. Yeah, this has completely slipped away from me, hasn't it? This just doesn't work anymore. They have to let me Magma Storm the Calyrex for some reason. No, they didn't. They made... Oh, come on, Heatran. That's just unreasonable. We'll see how fast the Ogre-Pon is. If it's adamant or not. If it is jolly, then I will lose. Maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Because my Brute has got the defense boost now. Have I still got Terror? No, I haven't. So this is definitely still doable. So long as they're adamant / Brute Bonnet survives. Which with the defense boost, it might. And they are adamant. So this is doable if they just stay asleep for this one turn. Okay. They definitely fake out, and it's just do they stay asleep. But I should get Chip into this. And they woke up. Fair enough. Okay. Well, that was a brilliant turn 1 into me having the match slip away. Like, I think I was in control most of that. And I think it was the Ogre-Pon terroring was very smart from them. That was the big thing. And now if they go with the Lilligant this time, it's much more in their favour to actually KO me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Screamtail, Koraidon, and then Brute Bonnet and Heatran instead. Because now I threaten with Breaking Swipe and... No, because I just gave them the Sun. That was the piece of logic that I was just missing there. Okay. I've been considering Safety Goggles and Screamtail as well. That would help a little bit. But here... I'm just going to have to play the sleep game outside. They do have Heavy Slam. And there's the first. Let's attempt to... Oh, they after you. That was smart. However, they're locked into Heavy Slam now, which is quite nice. And I do wake up, which is convenient. And then now... Let's go Dazzling Gleam and switch to Brute Bonnet so they can't sleep powder me. And if they sleep powder the Screamtail, good play. Nice. That's good. So I can get my Spore into the Calyrex. I can't get my Spore into the Calyrex. However, I do have my Terror available. So I'll disable here. And force the follow me. Force to follow me. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine, because now they're trapped in. Well, Charging Glacial Lance won't get me, right? Yeah, they were always doing that, and they were always protecting, so get a bit of chip. And then I need to go to Koraidon so that my Brute Bonnet has the defense boost and can live, correct? I mean, it's double protect on this first turn, right? Oh, I don't have protect. Then I do just sacrifice Koraidon, right? Because I should be living. If my Brute Bonnet does not survive this, I'm very shocked. Oh, easily. So that's a worthwhile sacrifice, right? Oh, yeah, easily. And I don't even lose Koraidon. Perfect. So that means they haven't used their Terror, have they? Cool. So then this is a guaranteed Flare Blitz here. And Rage Powder. Yep, this is guaranteed. Yes, and then I can go Scream Tail, I can double protect, and I can Breaking Swipe and Dazzling Gleam, and that is the end of the game. This is definitely Alex Otto. Like, this is a very well played Trick Room. You can tell when it's like someone's style. Them being adamant Ogerpon was very useful. Yes, it is Breaking Swipe and Dazzling Gleam. That gets around any Follow Me's. Iron Hands does not have Protect. This is guaranteed as far as I can see. That's fine. Dazzling Gleam will probably even just get it. Yep, it does. And then Close Combat and Dazzling Gleam will end the game. Cool. So I hope I don't face Alex in EUIC, because now we would have had these matches. Right, so yeah, it doesn't matter. This still just Ogos. Yeah, of course it does. Cool. I'm happy with that. And 1635, like, where is that on the ladder at the moment? Because I was 101 going into this episode. Where's that? Yeah, 72. That's not bad. And 78 GXE is acceptable. Like, I'm content enough with that. Not really sure how many more of these I have. Who knows? This might be the last one.